Blade Seed Studios come back at for another video. Today we are going to be playing Far Cry. I'm going to be finishing Far Cry 5 and I'm going to be getting every trophy that I have not gotten. This game grabbed my attention when I originally bought it and I played it for quite a while, but I never ended up beating it. So first things first, we need to figure out what achievements I need. I took a look at my achievement list and I need 28 achievements. That does include the platinum, but wow, holy, that was a lot more than I thought. I'm not going to sit here and list them all. We're going to jump right into it. The first achievement I got was Troublemaker, and it was for destroying the dirty cultist property in every region. It was a wolf beacon that ended up giving me the achievement instead of the green silos or the little shrines that the sister has. After that, I had to do some Clutch Nixon missions in every region to get my next achievement. However, on my way to one of the Clutch Nixon missions, I ended up flying with my wingsuit across the map. I got the achievement Like a Bird, which is for using the wingsuit to travel 5,000 meters. This is just a random thing that popped up. It's kind of ironic because Clutch Nixon is a daredevil in Far Cry 5. His missions are some of my favorites. They have flying challenges and they have a bunch of jumps with four-wheelers and boat rides. It's wicked cool. I noticed that I had some skill points available, 25 to be precise, so I went and leveled up those skills and realized that I didn't even have half for survivalist. I continued playing through my main story missions until I eventually got to saving Deputy Pratt. Like I said before, I didn't actually beat this game, so any trophy that I can get by the missions is a blessing, that's for sure. I had a whole lot of side missions around my map that I needed to start focusing on because I knew that a lot of my trophies that I was missing required those missions to be done. So I took a glance around my map to kind of see what was going on. I ended up doing Special Delivery, which I didn't really get the footage for. Science Fact, which is a pretty interesting mission where you're dealing with this scientist that's like doing a bunch of random shit. He's doing an experiment and he gets trapped inside of his little experiment with electric. Gotta go into his house and find the switch to kill the power, and once you do that, you will get this shittiest weapon in Far Cry 5. And then I decided to do my hunting and fishing challenges. There was quite a lot of these that I needed to take care of. As I started doing the fishing challenges, I bought a boat and I actually got a stocked garage, which I already thought I had all the vehicles that I needed, but apparently I was wrong. Part of the hunting and fishing challenges requires you to get all 4 of the fishing rods that are in the campaign, so I had to go to each main location and look at the fishing boards. I needed each fish to have a little ribbon on them that shows that you caught the proper size, the trophy size I should say. The first board I pretty much already had everything, which is pretty awesome. I just needed a sturgeon and a paddlefish, so I got to work. I had to catch quite a few sturgeon before eventually I ended up getting my trophy size sturgeon, and then I got to paddle fishing. Ironically enough, the first paddlefish that I caught was a trophy size paddlefish, so I really didn't have to do too much with them. After that, I went and took a short break to go hunting. I saw a person get mauled by a bear, and then I went on and shot some eagles, which were very hard to actually find. Same goes for the damn rabbits. There's so many of them in this little area, but I could not hit them with my sniper for my life. It was terrible. Let alone trying to find them. I had to use the hunter perks to go ahead and find these guys because they were just impossible to find. And then I went and shot whitetail. Eventually I got bored of hunting after doing that, so I went back to fishing. I noticed that I did have a fishing challenge that would give me a fishing rod, and it was to catch the Admiral. And boy, let me tell you what, this fish gave me a run for my money. I have caught a lot of fish on this game, and this fish was the hardest fish that I've ever tried to catch on this game. So bad. I can't even tell you how many times my line broke. It was just over and over and over again until eventually I ended up catching this absolute unit. When I went back and talked to the lady, she ended up giving me the fishing rod, and I saw this dude trying to drive onto the dock with his jet ski. But after that, I went back to normal fishing because I still had a few more blue ribbons that I needed to get so I could get the last fishing rod. I went to this nice little area where there's a chair and caught me some lake trout. After I caught my trophy lake trout, I went over to a different area where there's this nice dock to catch me some rainbow trout. Much tastier if you ask me. Rainbow trout took me a lot longer to get. I had to catch like 20 of these things until eventually I caught my trophy for it. I went over to this cute little pond area and I caught myself a bull trout. I only needed to catch one of these. I was very happy about that. After that, I went over to the rock bass hole and I got pretty lucky. I only had to catch a couple of these to get my trophy fish. I went to go check my board for Henbane River and it was all blue ribbons, so mission accomplished. After that, I just needed to catch some salmon, so I went to this small little pond and caught me one of these red salmon. I don't know how to say the first name, so I'm just gonna kind of ignore that. And after that, I went went to this stream that was a lot bigger than any of these tiny ponds and caught myself a Chinook salmon. And when I went to go fast travel, the achievement popped for me. Hope County Master Angler. It's for acquiring all the fishing rods, which I got from catching that last fish there. And I didn't realize that I actually only needed to kill one more eagle to finish my hunting challenges. So I went to go do that quickly, and that gave me been there, done that, the achievement for completing all hunting and fishing challenges. Then went to the farm to fight a bull with my bare hands, and this took quite a while. I'm not gonna lie, I had to punch this thing like 100 times to get where's the beef. And after that, I stole the farmer's blade razor tractor, and we decided to go run some people over. I don't know what the hell they call this tractor in this game, I just know that it's badass. I ran some people over, and I got the achievement squash and run, and I also got fertilizing the land by using the tractor to obliterate 5 enemies. I went on over to the car shop, and I ended up buying some more vehicles. That way I got my big spender trophy, which is spending $50,000 in vehicle shops. While I was doing one of my missions throughout the campaign, I ended up falling through the ground, which was a pretty interesting experience, just looking up and just kind of seeing how everything was placed in there. I then went over to this gas station and ended up getting explosive surprise, which I sabotaged one of these vehicles outside of the gas station and blew up a bunch of enemies. Deciding that there was a lot of trophies that I needed for the multiplayer of this game, I went into multiplayer and started messing around trying to figure out what to do, and there was a few kind of really interesting maps that I wanted to show you guys. The first one, I was in a helicopter, and it was like a Minecraft helicopter. I don't even know how to describe it. It was pretty cool. It was all textured and whatnot. There's a bunch of explosives and enemies killing the aliens and me killing the aliens and the aliens killing the enemies, and oh my god, it was just crazy. I ended up winning this map because it wasn't very hard. And then there's this really dark red spooky map, and I was just killing a bunch of enemies, and all of a sudden there's this fucking Bigfoot that just popped out of nowhere, and he just started murking everybody. He murked all of my teammates and almost killed me. It was insane. Actually, you know what? He did fucking kill me. I'm just gonna admit it. I hopped into this like really weird dark map, and there's a bunch of islands, and it wasn't really like fully complete, and I didn't understand the exact objectives, so I just kind of flew over and started battling a bunch of guys on this island, and I got completely murked. There were so many people. However, I did level up enough to get Arcade Hero, which is the first multiplayer achievement for me, which all I had to do was play Arcade Hero 5 times, so that wasn't a very challenging challenge. And then found this like really weird zombies map where you were just like trying to escape, and I was not very good at this map, that's for damn sure. I tried it like 5 times and I could not beat it, so I just eventually gave up on it because it was just too challenging for me. I guess I'm just bad at this game. Probably explain why I never ended up beating it. But seriously, the zombies were literally everywhere, and all you had was a baseball bat. Like, they were just swinging left and right, just attacking everywhere. And then there was the zombies that were throwing the float bombs at me. I was not having a good time with this map. On Christmas Day, I ended up getting a little spunky because I took a little break from Far Cry for a little while because I was just kind of getting burnt out, so I took like a couple week break. And on Christmas Day, I decided, hey, you know what, let's try to play some multiplayer, and believe it or not, I found a lobby. In this lobby, I played a lot of matches in. I played a bunch of Shovel Dodgers, which is this like featured map that's wicked awesome. You just throw shovels at each other and you get the achievements that you need. Won a few matches, lost a few matches. I had a lot of fun playing this though. While playing the achievement Arcade Hunter popped, which is for killing 100 enemies in multiplayer. I put the game to rest that day since I had Christmas plans, but moving into the next day I hopped on campaign again since I was getting close to finishing Far Cry 5 achievements and the campaign. Finishing destroying all the shrines, convoys, and wolf beacons, and getting all the collectibles I missed. It took quite a while, especially the whiskey barrel mission. This took forever. I had to boat all the way across the map to collect all these barrels under the water. It took me probably 3 or 4 hours to collect all these. Granted, I did get sidetracked a couple times just going and exploring the map or shooting animals that I saw, so that's kinda on me. Moving along over to the vehicle shop, I bought an airplane and put a bunch of 4-wheelers next to it. It's a cheesy way to get the Death from Above achievement, which requires you to disable 4 vehicles with 1 bomb from a plane. I decided to hang out with Herc afterwards. I needed to destroy 15 vehicles with him, which didn't take very long at all when civilians were in harm's way. We blew up every single vehicle that came our way until eventually the achievement popped for me. Honestly, this only took like 10-15 minutes, which really wasn't too bad. The vehicles just kept coming in, and I had a lot of fun just blowing shit up for a change instead of just trying to be stealthy or, you know, instead of doing some long campaign or collectible mission. It was really nice to just kick back and blow some shit up. Finding another really silly achievement that was in my achievement list that I didn't get yet, which was to beat up a bison like a badass. So I went over to this area that had a bunch of bison in it, and it was a bit challenging, but I ended up getting it. I ended up throwing shovels at them like Thor and putting 2 down really hard, and I got ignoble beast by doing this. After taking that bison out, I saw another cheesy trophy, Ace Killer, where you can spawn an airplane and then spawn another, shoot the first one you spawn, and rinse and repeat this process until you get your trophy, which it took me about 20 minutes, which wasn't too bad. And finally, a day after Christmas, I beat Far Cry 5, getting to the end of the game and finally taking out the final boss. He stole my friends, and then he gave me the option to kill him or to leave, and I chose to kill him. So he ended up turning my friends against me in this very trippy battle against each other. I had to shoot my friends to revive them to get them back on my side. It was a very intense boss fight, but eventually we get to the end and we end up taking him out. But then he actually prays to his almighty God, and explosives started going off. The mountain behind him explodes in a fury of wrath, and then we gotta end up getting out of here. The fire's burning everywhere, the trees are burning, the sky's burning, there's so much fire everywhere, and we end up getting our final trophy for the campaign, Together Forever. I still had to take care of a couple multiplayer trophies, so I ended up doing Arcade Competitor first. This was just winning 10 featured maps in multiplayer, so I played a few team deathmatch matches until eventually the trophy popped. The next one on the list is Arcade Enthusiast, which is successfully complete 10 featured arcade maps in solo or co-op, so I ended up just playing solo and beating a few maps because I already actually beat a few from before when I was playing multiplayer, so this didn't take long at all. Which now all I needed is Opportunity Knocks, which this took quite a while, honestly. I tried this quite a few times and didn't get it, but eventually I found an area where I just kept fast traveling back and forth to this area and throwing rocks at the same 3 guys, and eventually the trophy popped. And the last one was Hitting It Off, which me and my best friend ended up playing literally one mission and we ended up getting it, so that was pretty fucking cool. And of course the final trophy was We Always Had Faith in You, which is the platinum trophy. Only 1.1% of the players have earned this trophy, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, I'm Blade Seed Studios, thanks for watching, and I'm out.